Hey, go back to your family. What this is why your camera for you.
I was asleep when I heard a voice calling. Amin, wake up and go on to the net and cut the messages for your people. So I woke up, and guess what?
Okay, guys, so welcome to Classic Entertainment Gist. In fact, if this is your first time watching my videos, do not forget to subscribe to my channel wherever that you're watching me from. Whether you're watching from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, wherever that you're watching from, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Today, we are going to get into this story concerning Agradaa. Alright, let's talk about one of the most talked about court cases in Ghana's recent history, the Nana Agradaa case. A story that shocked the public, divided opinions, and took a dramatic legal turn that left many people asking one big question. How does a 15-year jail sentence suddenly become just 1 year? Let's break it down. Now, Nana Agradaa, born Patricia Asiedua Asiama, a former traditional priestess turned evangelist, was convicted for offenses including charlatanic advertisement and defrauding by false pretense. The trial court didn't hold back. She was 115 years in prison with hard labor. Be sweating. I'm even sweating. Now, too many people, that sentence felt like a strong message fraud will not be tolerated. But that wasn't the end of the story. Now, there was an appeal. Appeal came in. Agradaa'S, she will go for an appeal because Asiama, is that Prophet Asiama or what? Is he a prophet really? Okay. Agradaa'S husband, who is Pastor Asiama, did not agree to stay back, so they decided to take the matter on for appeal. Agradaa appealed the sentence to the High Court at Amasaman, and here is the key thing to note. The appellate court did not say she was innocent. The conviction stayed. What changed then was the punishment. The High Court reduced the sentence from 15 years to 12 calendar months, just 1 year. So why did it happen? Let's go into the reasons. I'm giving you the reasons why Agradaa'S sentence could actually reduce to just 1 year. 15-year sentence just reduced to 1 year, or reduced to just 1 year. Reason one. Why did that happen? Now let's go into it. Reason one. The sentence was called harsh and excessive. That was one thing the judge said. The appellate judge made it clear. Yes, the offense was serious. Yes, he deserves prison time. But, and this is important, the judge believed 15 years was excessive based on the specific facts that were proven in court. In simple terms, the punishment didn't match the scale of the crime as established by evidence, and in law, punishment must always be proportionate. Bear in mind, punishment must be proportionate. Now, reason two, proportional justice matters. Ghana's legal system allows appellate courts to review not just convictions but sentences. If a sentence looks extreme or unbalanced, judges can step in and correct it. In this case, the court exercised its judicial discretion, weighing the offense, the evidence, and the broader principles of justice. The conclusion: a custodial sentence was necessary, but not a 15-year one. Reason three. Another critical point raised by the court was focus. That is, the law. The reason three is the law judges evidence, not personality. The law judges evidence and not what? personality. In this case, Nana Agradaa'S personality was looked or was based on to give her that 15-year sentence. That's what this point is just trying to say. Another critical point raised by the court was focus. The appellate judge suggested that the trial court may have been influenced by Nana Agradaa'S public image, controversies, and media presence rather than strictly the proven legal facts. And the law is very clear on this. You are sentenced based on what is proven, not who you are or how the public feels about you. Justice is not supposed to be emotional. It's supposed to be precise. Precise. So it's a key point. Justice needs to be precise. Okay. Reason 4. No mandatory minimum sentence. For the offenses Nana Agradaa was convicted of, the law does not prescribe a fixed minimum jail term. That means judges have flexibility. Listen here. And in this appeal, the High Court chose to apply the flexibility, reducing the sentence while still maintaining a punishment that reflected wrongdoing. This wasn't about being soft. It was about staying within the boundaries of fair sentencing. Now the public debate is that the decision didn't land quietly. Some legal experts argue the reduction weakens deterrence and sends the wrong signal about fraud. Others say it was necessary. A correction of an overly harsh sentence that could set a dangerous precedent if left untouched. That's what some of the judges are saying. Some of the judges are on the point that people will take fraud as simple, something very simple, and then they will indulge in fraudulent acts. And some of the judges are also saying that, no, if this case or if this sentence is to maintain, it is going to leave a precedent. When we talk about precedent, it is an example. In the law, precedent is an example that judges look on to judge other cases. So if Nana Agradaa is given a sentence of 15 years jail term just because of fraud or charlatanic advertising, then definitely if anything like that source happens again in the future, the judge can use that as an example or a precedent based on that fact and then give similar sentence to another person who does same. That is what it means. That is why this appellate judge or court seemed it necessary to reduce the sentence from 15 years to just 1 year. Maybe 3 years could have been better. Anyways, it is what it is. Now it's 1 year. The bottom line is that. So here is what you need to remember. Nana Agradaa was not cleared. She was not declared innocent. Her conviction still stands. What changed was the length of punishment. Reduced because the appellate court believed justice must be firm, yes, but also fair and appropriate. And that's the real lesson from this case. So what do you think? Was the original 15 years too harsh? Or was cutting it down to 1 year too lenient? Let's know your thoughts. What do you also think? Maybe Nana Agradaa could have been given a sentence of maybe 7 years or 10 years or 3 years. But it's just reduced to just 1 year. So what do you think? Do you think that the court reduced it too much or it's okay? Let me know your all opinions. Let me know your suggestions. Just leave your comment at the comment section and then we'll keep bringing you entertainment news at time necessary. Thank you very much for streaming. God bless you and see you another time with another video. Bye-bye.